tax cut.
Because we hear that.
It's very slow tonight.
I know. All set there. No Bob. No Bob on the big screen. No, no. Okay. Like it's just us. Call the Valentine Inland Wetlands Water Course Commission to meet to order at 7:35. Seating alternates. We're all set, three of us.
alternate.
Oh, yeah. One more person.
We got one. Three is one.
Three, all right.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Just an agenda, got anything?
Yes, we're gonna add 32 Pequot Trail. This is Cornelia Gilbert. It's a residential development.
Everybody look at the minutes last meeting?
Yes,
Any corrections, omissions?
correct. Campbell Mill Land Trust was actually John who presented it. He didn't correct it.
Jake, okay.
I got one too under new business. Notice a violation of 156 Bailey Pond Road. It's Eric Marsh, M-A-R-S-H.
M-A-R-S, yep. M-A-R-C-H, yep. Good. Good. Entertain a motion.
Make a motion to accept September 2nd, 2021 minutes with the corrections to add John Foley's and correct Eric Marsh's name.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor, right? Opposed? Okay. All right. Any comments from the audience? Before we start? No? Okay. Old business. Notice of violation, 156 Bailey Pond Road, Mr. Eric Morris, excavating and grading within upland review area.
I sent him a second letter. I believe the letter went out Monday. I wanted to send it just before the meeting.
Yep.
Nothing. I sent it to the pin PO box that his tax stuff goes to. So
Yep.
I don't know. He's got to be getting it. So I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, wait to see it, so.
Next question for that. Have you driven by it? Any action? Anything happened on the site?
Not really. Not much has changed.
Okay, so
at
it's
all.
status quo.
Yeah. Nothing, yeah.
Okay, we'll wait for him.
Okay, notice of violation, 221 Bennett Road, Mr. Anthony Gemma, excavation of the beach pond shoulder.
How you doing? I apologize, the summer's been a little bit sick for me.
Come on up, come on.
But I ended up getting married and.
Did you?
Yeah,
Congratulations.
thank you. But I didn't really do too much at the lake house. Oh, I did meet with an engineer last week, so we're in the process of retaining an engineer and getting you guys to set up preliminary sketches and stuff. So it's looking for a little more time.
Yep.
And the engineering firm is Kelly Associates.
Yep.
Kelly Engineering Associates.
Yeah.
It's good guy.
Do you have any idea when to expect this?
He was at the site, so he's we put a sketch together. He did drop the gravel. So I think you guys don't need a full set of plans. That's kind of what he said. So It's, he's gonna get you sketches and it's gonna go up quick.
You expect this for when, November, December?
I,
maybe?
what he was talking, probably more like, probably December, that's what I'm thinking. I'll go as fast as he can.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be expecting this in December.
Everything's all stable over there? and
Yes,
nothing-
no.
nothing wrong? Okay.
You've seen the place, Chris? Recently?
Yeah.
Do we actually have an application for this?
I did not do an application yet because I was waiting
Yeah,
for.
there's no point in doing an application till they have a site plan and have everything. Otherwise, you're gonna start the time clock. And
Yeah, bring it
if
all.
he doesn't
at
have
once.
a plan in time, then you're gonna have to start all over again.
Well, technically, we can't even inspect it without. So that's that.
So it all goes together.
You're welcome.
Thanks for
See you in
coming.
December, I guess.
All right, thank you.
We'll be getting married again.
Catch you later. All right, C, notice of violation, 108 Forge Hill Road, Mr. Jack Cipriano, filling excavation, grading in the inlands, wetlands, and watercourse area. Haven't heard a thing from him, have
Same thing, I did speak with Ian Cole, he's a soil scientist, has been retained by Jack to flag the wetlands and get something going. I'm gonna be meeting with him next Thursday on site to show him what issues I had
Yeah.
and what needs to come in front of us, so.
Okay.
Depending on what next month we'll have paperwork, you know,
he hasn't done any more work there or anything, right?
no grading activity,
Right.
he's been working on,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
cabins and stuff.
Yeah.
No grading or
No,
nothing,
no.
nothing in wetland.
Okay. Good,
Okay. Plan to see him next month,
that's it.
hopefully.
All right, moving along, new business. 4H Hero, Michael Salemi, 173 Camel Mill Road, subdivision, construction, of single-family residence.
System, huh?
No, I think it's pretty good. Oh, no, it is an engineer, yeah. I think we could.
Oh, it is.
Required, it
Oh,
is,
I thought I said not required.
Right, yeah. So, good evening for the record. My name is Greg Blood from Killing the Engineering Associates. I'll give you a brief discussion because I know tonight is just acceptance, but just to kind of let you know what we're doing. Mike Salini, they own the property. It's on Campbellsville Road. I kind of highlighted it in yellow so you could see what they own. It's kind of a broken up lot. It's 23.5 acres. Back in the 1980s, this lot was split off and shown in the name of Kimberly Sadler. That actually had a house on it.
Yep.
Mike then went and built a house in the mid 90s. I'm sorry, mid 2005 or so, 2006. Built his house on the 23 acres. And what he's looking to do is we're going to do a 2-lot subdivision. One would be the larger property would be the 23.5 acres would retain his house. Then we'd be creating a second lot all the way to what is like the north there, which would be a 3.75. And then we have a small parcel B here that's 1 acre in size. That's just going to be deeded to Sadler's property. They have some encroachments over there for animals and stuff. So
Yep.
he's making an arrangement to sell that piece to him. So Mike had the wetlands delineated on the property. There's a wetland to the back, and there's also a wetland in the middle, which is a depression area. In the back, this is kind of flat, and then it kind of slopes down to the wetlands that you see to the rear of the property. So we did testing for the septic system. It is an engineered system that would be required, and we'll be having that reviewed from a subdivision standpoint. But we're going to be bringing the driveway in along the southerly portion of the boundary line and then into the area, kind of the biggest area that we have is back here. I mean, there is room to fit a house and stuff up front, but then we'd be kind of like right on top of the wetlands. So we're trying to split the difference here between the wetlands. Again, this is more of a 10% slope down to the wetlands. This is relatively, to come to a high point and then it kind of slopes down. That's kind of just a shallow depression of the wetlands over there. But that is the proposal. We would have silt fence, along all of the disturbed areas, so that during construction of this, and I know this is just anybody that comes in, if there's anything, any change to it, this is just in theory, what we could do to develop this lot so that we can sell it. So that's kind of what we're looking at on this one, and I believe the application was before you had all the information on.
Yeah.
So the proposed the driving point for the lot and back. You want to work this way.
Yeah, we were trying to fit it in the biggest area that we had, correct. So like I said, there is building room to put a house up here, but then your septic would be over here. Everything would be kind of on top of the wetlands. Here we can keep things a lot greater distance away from the wetlands.
It's a lot more private.
Yeah, and there's
So-called
yeah, and the way we have it oriented, I mean, you could clear more back here where there's no wetlands and have a bigger backyard for this lot. It kind of made sense back there to the most realistic or logical spot to put things.
You guys want to do a site walk, whether it's a formal one, or we'll look at it at your own.
I saw his neighbor, hey, so. His neighbor said he said he's gonna extend the lot, he's gonna buy that.
Yeah, you gotta buy that 1 acre piece, this
Yep.
parcel B, as we're calling
He was
it.
talking
Yeah.
about that last year, a little hate on it, so.
Yeah.
is a driveway or anything else? Good point.
I think they were doing some logging activities, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't think he put an actual driveway in, or I don't know if he just cleared
No,
some
but
of the lots.
you can see where the landing area, it's right across from the campsite you guys approved.
Yeah.
Last month.
I don't think he put, like I said, I know he was doing some logging and activities over the last year here, so I know there's a little bit more in this area under that logging activity.
A little bit lot.
Accept.
Accepting this.
Right. I'd like to make a motion to accept an application for Lou and Michael Salini on 173 Campbell Mill Road.
Seconded. All in favor? Right? Vote. So carried.
All right, thank you very much.
See you in November.
Yeah.
Want a copy of this, or? we get it?
Application, let me copy it on.
This is the Pequot Trail one, that's what we're gonna be talking about next.
GLA.
Nothing, agents report.
Nothing new, basically, just deal with these violations, and when we get some paperwork, other than that, it's been quiet.
more business, see that, we need to discuss.
Yep.
On the agenda here, so.
Right, we added it, so
Oh,
Seems like the chair worked all right.
Sure.
My name is David McKay with Boundaries LLC. I'm here on behalf of Cornelia Gilbert, the property owner. This property is 32 Pequot Trail on Bailey Pond. Aerial photo of Bailey Pond, and this red outlined property is 32 Pequot Trail. Idea where we're located at. This property right now, there's an existing cottage that has a up here, dug well, and some sort of septic system in this area. And what Cornelia wants to do is demolish the old cottage, put a new single-bedroom cottage in, and also a well and septic system. Highlighted in blue here, we have the watermark for Bailey Pond. Green is the limit of the wetland fringe along Bailey Pond. And then this property to the south, a wooded property, has a lot of wetlands on it. Some of that sneaks onto the 32 Pequot Trail as well. And you can see here highlighted orange, that is the limit of upland review area. So the majority of the lot is located within the upland review area. The way this lays out, got the new cottage located within the buildable area from the zoning setbacks. Septic system located as far away from the pond as we can get it, while still separating distances to property lines. And then our new drilled well, 25 feet from the wetlands, 75 feet from the septic system. So it's all able to fit on here. From a erosion control perspective, the lot is sloping this direction towards the pond. We have sediment fence barrier proposed along the whole limit where it drains, and then along the portion of the property up along the pond, that sediment fence is going to be backed up by state straw bales just to give it an extra level of protection. And that an anti-tracking pad for any construction equipment that would leave the site will be at the new driveway location. And similarly, the new driveway is located as far from the wetlands as we can get it. Actually, some of that is even out of the upland review area. So that's the gist of what she's hoping to do. We have these proposed contours here. A lot of the material in the septic system area is going to be removed and select fill brought in. So instead of having to truck everything out, we use that fill that's already on the site to build up on the proposed cottage. And this is intended to be supported on piers, no basement, no crawl space, just it's simple with kind of spot for her to enjoy time. Then the other part of that is also a proposed removable dock that would allow for access to the pond for their kayaks without having to walk through the wetlands. It's pretty wet back there. And that would be basically cedar decks that are supported on posts driven into the soil, and then they clamp those posts. So from winter, you just undo the clamps and take the deck pieces out. It's going for the next year.
two questions. The cottage is about the same size as the original one.
No, the original cottage is very small. Right here is the limit of it.
Okay,
So the proposed cottage is a pretty good sized house. Right now, we're showing 30 by 60. She is getting an architect to draw plans. She wants to do something along the lines of a small house, but we showed pretty much the largest structure could fit on here. Okay. With the thought that whatever the architect comes up with will fit in and out.
and lastly, reserve area of the septic system.
There is no reserve area because it's considered a repair. This is the quote unquote compliant area.
So
So
you're
there
going
is
to repair the complete ground is
Yes.
house.
there previously.
Yes.
Yep. Looks like you got two galleys, right? You got two Two tanks,
tanks,
yeah, yep, plus the galleys, yeah.
Septic tank,
Yep.
pump chamber, and then
Right.
concrete leaching galleys.
Yep.
I feel like what I see, so you pushed everything away as far away from the pond as possible. You separated it. The best you're gonna get for filtration.
Is that Mantis system or?
No, concrete galleries.
Yeah.
Plenty of storage volume and then that way they can drive on top of it as well.
I think so, that's all H20 rated.
Yes.
Supposed to sit on piers, right?
That's the thought of this
Cottage,
project.
rather.
Yeah, definitely no basement going in.
Right.
If for whatever reason they weren't able to do piers, which I don't know why they wouldn't be able to, it would just be a frost wall with an at-grade crawl space. Thank you very much.
Here, no.
Yep. Accept this, right, hold on.
Just accepting it.
Need a motion to accept it.
I'll make a motion to accept the application for Cornelia Gilbert on 32 Pequot Road, or Hill, 32 Pequot Trail. There we go.
Made second. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Any other business? No?
Jed?
Done.
So
Got anything?
I'm just here to watch.
Oh, okay. No, well, speak now, if you have anything to say.
Are you running again for?
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 7:05.
Motion made. Second. Favor? Aye.
Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Thanks.
At some point, I think we're gonna